Florida, the community's leading workforce solutions provider, connects and shares available resources with community residents looking to thrive economically. We all know challenges will come and go, but our personal perspective and preparation is what makes the difference. Thanks for joining today's episode, focused on our Pathways program, funded by the Jim Moran Foundation. Note how OIC is making a difference, thanks to partners like Handy.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Voices of OIC. On this episode, we have three of our participants, a representative from our community partner, and the Pathways team. Our case manager, Natasha Policott, has diligently worked with our participants to help support them during the COVID-19 pandemic.
Thank you, Pam, for that introduction. Now allow me to introduce our participants. We have Ms. Kim Ballard. We have Mr. Rashad Satter. And then, of course, Mr. Juan Estella. Kim, how did you become connected with OIC of South Florida?
I became connected with OIC of South Florida. I started out as a participant with Career Source. And, you know, being able to experience with OIC, we became a family.
Rashad, how has COVID-19 impacted you personally as well as professionally?
Well, professionally, it did take me out of work for a little bit, but you know, I was tapped into my resources. So with OIC, they helped me out with certain places. They let me know where it was hiring and stuff like that. And I even got certifications with them. I just got my forklift and scissor lift safety certificate through that helped me out with some jobs.
Juan, how have you been able to come from surviving to thriving in COVID-19?
I was able to get a job at Home Depot, and I think that I have licensing issues because of my incarceration, but I think, you know, OIC really gave me the confidence in a plan B.
Tell me, how has OIC of South Florida been able to assist you during COVID-19?
OIC of South Florida has been able to assist me during this pandemic, supportively, mentally. They're always a call away. Also encouraging me to stay on top of trainings and, you know, just being encouraged.
You know, I guess they've been coming through with gift cards and stuff for me to get work stuff like that. Even help with like some tools and stuff. They even gave me a tablet, so whenever I need to do a little course or something that could help me, like some of the OSHA courses that I got to catch up on, I could just use that, you know. So those are just a few of the ways that they help me, but it's way more than that.
I did lose my job, my original job, because of COVID-19, because I was working security at events and around the beach in Lauderdale and stuff, sort of like event staffing and security. But all those events were canceled, so I was definitely out of a job. Those gift cards definitely bridged the gap between my unemployment, so definitely came in handy. And OIC really understood the crunch that people were in, and I really appreciated that, and I think everybody did.
We are so thankful the Jim Moran Foundation value our community impact with its financial contributions, especially during the harsh economic times. The additional fund help us to provide additional support to our participants. Thank you guys so much for participating in this episode. Once again, I want to reiterate, once an OIC participant, you're always an OIC participant. Our doors are always open for additional support.
I just want to say thank you to all of our participants. You guys basically took the tools from OIC and utilized them to become even better. It really takes a lot of initiative personally to be able to use tools given from a resource to be able to move forward. So we're very proud of you, and I'm very proud of you to be able to participate in this journey of success with you all, especially during this COVID-19. Thank you so much, and I appreciate you.
Not only does OIC provide case management, job placement assistance, and free vocational skills training, but we love partnering with like-minded organizations. Today, we have our good friend, Mr. Kurt Brown from Handy. Hello, Mr. Brown.
Thank you for inviting me.
Kurt, how has your organization had to change the way it partners with OIC?
We didn't have to change much, to be quite honest. We've always had a very close, quick to reach communication strategies with OIC and a lot of our on what we do. And I think we diversified internally our own program structure to go 100% virtual, and found a way to equip our clients to function from a virtual place, everything from getting them laptops to getting them MiFis to teaching them the new virtual work arena. Mm-hmm. OIC has always been able to, even a text message gets results with OIC. I'll text a name and we go back and forth and group text with a client, and you guys take it from there. Next thing you know, I get a client who's, just, been released for 2 weeks, texting me like a month later, I got the job, so we really didn't need 100 pieces of paper and a multidisciplinary staffing room for us to be productive together.
Kurt, so what is your organization doing to help those who are in need of assistance during the COVID-19?
We decided as an organization that this was not going to be a temporary existence, because your industry might not come back for maybe 6 to 9 months. And therefore, we have to find a different way for you to earn. But while you're finding that different way to earn, we have to equip you with assisting you with, food, shelter, and clothing. And we've been doing a lot of basic needs assistance. We've paid for some funeral arrangements. We have given some iPads to families to give to their loved ones when they're going into the hospital, so they have a way to visually communicate with them in case, the worst happens. And the worst have happened with some of our families and some of our staff families. We're like every other agency. We have our predictive analysis, but when the time comes on what you think you're predicting and you're looking at it, you try to figure out, okay, now we have a single mother with a 16-year-old and a 4-year-old, and she tests positive for COVID. And the 16-year-old tests positive for COVID. Who is she going to find in our community to assist her? So we have to up our game now as a nonprofit and as a nonprofit community to decide, how do we structure a new platform for that? Because that is not going to be temporary.
So, Mr. Brown, if people need to find out more information about Handy, where can they go?
For anyone who wants to get in touch with our organization or reach out to us, we can easily be reached at www.handyinc.org, HANDYINC.org. We're also on Facebook. We're also on LinkedIn. We have our program description on there. We have contact information on there. Our phone number is 954-522-2911. Again, our phone number is 954-522-2911.
David, thank you for joining us today. How have you been?
I'm doing great, Pam. And yourself?
Great, thank you. David, we heard it firsthand ourselves here at OIC. People need jobs. What do we need to do to set our OIC clients apart from the other applicants?
You're right, Pam. People do need jobs. And I'll be honest with you, I'm very optimistic about the future. One of the things a candidate can do to really stand out in the crowd is to do some research into the company itself and to find out about that company and what it is they do and how far they've come. What are their goals for the immediate future? To walk in there prepared to be able to talk intelligently about that company and about the position that you're applying for. It also helps to have a presence on social media, such as LinkedIn, where you can put all of your previous work experience, you can put your education level, folks that you've connected with in various industries. It also rates your level of expertise in particularly different areas, that would certainly be a good way to present your whole professional experience online.
Thank you so much, David, for that advice. To those who are watching, please be sure to post your comments so we can answer live during today's session. So, David, who's hiring right now and in which industries?
Well, Pam, the industry that probably has the most number of jobs right now would be the construction industry. They really didn't take that big of a hit during the pandemic. Things pretty much kept rolling along while other businesses were closing down. So they're still in a very productive mode right now, and there are lots of construction jobs available to have experience and some entry-level positions as well. Also, the cleaning and maintenance industry is very much hiring right now. They are always hiring folks to go in and sanitize offices or facilities, folks that go in and do cleaning and maintenance on a regular level. We have companies like ServPro and All Clean that are hiring positions with all shifts, day, afternoon, and evenings. Now, also warehouses and logistics. We have warehousing that really hasn't stopped their flow of products as well. So we have folks that might have a forklift certificate in inventory control. Where companies that are hiring, like, for example, Publix and Super Value grocery store chain, they're hiring folks all the time as order selectors and to move product around, and especially in the loading docks. Also, food service. You know, restaurants are beginning to pop back up again. Most of them are entry-level positions, for example, dishwashers and maybe grill cooks or prep cooks. A lot of the restaurants are just now bringing their old staff back on that have been on hold all this time. So there's not a whole lot out there for new serving positions, but even hospitality is beginning to hire again. Some of the hotels are beginning to open up. Housekeeping jobs, porter jobs, things like that. These are jobs that are beginning to come back in demand again. IT industry is booming. That's really hasn't stopped, you know, because people are still working on their computers. Have training classes available for students that are studying IT or maybe have IT experience. That's also an industry that is in big demand right now.
Thank you to our participants, to Handy, and to our Pathways team for a successful program. It is because of you that OIC is making a difference.
Thanks for joining today's episode. To receive timely notification alerts of future episodes, please remember to like or follow OIC of South Florida. If you need free vocational training and job placement assistance, please register for our weekly open house orientations at www.oicsfl.org.